Hello, and welcome to the Aperture's Grand Staircase. I'm our Star Voitos. This is my final level for the Project 2 level. As you'll see, in the first part, you have to avoid the turret. And in this section, when players spawn in, you'll notice a big sort of towering area. To get past this first part, you must first use the portal to get over. You'll see two blocks here. The first one is used for this button, which creates the staircase. Now you'll notice that most of the level currently is covered with black tiles, and you'll see that even here I cannot spawn any portals that would let me just automatically go up to the very top, or any of the other steps for that matter. Once I get up to this first step, you'll see that there's a laser, and there's a few ways that I could go around this. I could place the cube here and just hop over it, or I could use the cube to block the laser. But here, this sort of blue line indicates where the button is. And once you use that other cube, press it on the button, get up to the next step. These first few steps are kind of bare bones. Again, this level is made to be very easy, sort of for beginner players. So in this step, I have it where you have to use a portal with a light bridge as a sort of makeshift platform. Here, when I come over, I can grab the cube, and you'll notice that that jump platform is the next target to get to the next step. So now that I have the cube, I just go with the jump platform, and now I'm on to step 2. And you'll notice that even from this point, there's still not any portable platforms, even if I stand up on a cube. It's all very restrictive. Now, in this particular area, there were a lot of tiles that were portable on the floor, and even in this part too, which made it very easy for people to just place a portal here and also a portal there, and then with their cube just to go through and then place the cube on there and get around. It's sort of as if they were just ignoring the hard light bridge, which, by the way, is the first mechanic. It's also introduced here. Now, I have included these traversal walls for the next few steps, but in this one, since you need to bring the cube in onto this step in order to place it on that button, I sort of didn't include it on that part. So for this hard light bridge, you can just place hard light here, but I noticed that, you know, at least for me, I struggled to try to get onto this hard light bridge. You could use the cube to help you, but I also made this sort of like extrusion down here, where you could also get across through here. If you were struggling to jump across this way, you could still crouch through and get through the orange portal this way on top. So there are actually like a number of ways that you could very cleverly get around many of the steps. Oh, I say steps, but really they're beats of the level. Each sort of section, each step of the staircase is its own level. These traversal walls also are new. I didn't know what their purpose was, but after playing some of the levels from the other students, I actually found them to be particularly useful. And so I included them for my last 2 steps, as I found that, you know, people who still had the portal on the hard bridge could use it to their advantage without trying to get, you know, this one first. This one, I think people found the most difficult of the whole level. First, you would have to go through here, get the cube, but in particular, the timing of the level is what is most crucial. Here you have the hard light bridge, which then goes over to next to this button, and this button powers the lift, which goes up. But you need to be right next to it before it goes up. So you essentially have to time it and get onto the platform before it goes to the very top. But the timing is very tricky, you have to be quick. And also the cube sometimes falls off. So that really is more annoying than anything. And get the cube. put it back on the button. I missed it that time. This is all just like trial and error. Oh, I almost had it that time. I would say this is probably the most tedious part of my level. Not very happy about it. There we go. So that took a couple tries. Usually I'm better with that, but that is the best way I found to complete this level. And you can see even here, there's still no way I can portal to anything, no walls, no nothing. And especially with Dravosa walls, it does make it a bit easier. So anyways, here I have my secondary mechanic, which is the excursion tunnel. So here I could portal through here, but the important point is that I can't portal to this side, and there's no way to get up to the very final part. It is a little bit misleading for the player, but there's an open section over here that I intentionally had to cover up with this wall that is non-portable, because the whole point is that the player has to use the excursion funnel in order to get across the water here to reach this point. So here you might be wondering why there's just an open block here, but the real point is that you can get up onto this next section simply by jumping down. Well, let me reposition that a bit better. There we go. And now with this, you can simply progress through, although I would like to step back and admire my beautiful creation. This has been the Aperture's Grand Staircase. It's not as much as it is like the one in Harry Potter, but I would like to simply go over again many of the changes that I talked about, many of the critiques that I received by going through the editor really quickly. So firstly, as I mentioned, many of the tiles are non-portable, especially, you know, the ones early on. And I also included these walled sections. It used to not exist. It used to be a lot more open, which also gave rise to new portable sections. So something like this, especially if like some of these back panels were portable, this was kind of a problem. So in many ways, it doesn't feel like a staircase since there are a lot of sectioned areas, but the steps still remain. One of the other big critiques that I received was the fact that since water was included in many of the steps, it was really detrimental, especially if you were on the second to last or the third to last step, because you made it so far along the level only to get messed up by a jump. And you know, I was pretty frustrated with that as well, but I feel as though the puzzles are simple enough that the loss of 1 or 2 lives from the water is manageable. And you'll see that in these last 2 portions, portal usage is a lot more, you know, free to use. You can place it on this platform or this platform or this platform, because it doesn't matter. You're not going to get to the last step without activating the button, without using the cube right at that exact moment and getting onto the lift. And for this part, you cannot get across this without an excursion tunnel. This is an absolute requirement. You cannot get to this point without using a portal here and here to get across with an excursion tunnel. Or maybe there is and I'm just missing it, but there is basically no ways to get around these. That's why they have a lot more portable tiles. These two, the second and third steps, they are a lot more restrictive, and also the first step. They're a lot more restrictive because they're introducing the mechanics of the hard light bridge. So, but yeah, this is my level. Thank you guys so much for listening.